Hey, what's up everybody? It's Rich from Problem Solved. Thanks for joining me for another edition. If you caught my last video, I opened up the pool. First time this season. So first thing, I got this robotic vacuum. Actually gives you more time because it does its thing. I was going to do a review on it, but I don't know if I'd be that favorable about it at this point. It does work well. It just doesn't seem to last as long as it's supposed to. But again, it allows you to do other things and not have to sit there and vacuum your pool. So after opening up your pool for the first time, recommendation is definitely vacuum. Then we're going to do the water test. You start by putting in a bag of shock. That's like a given. So guaranteed you're going to need a bag of shock. That'll at least get you going. Start the pool, clearing the water. The cloudiness should pretty much disappear, depending on how bad your pool is. Again, you can see mine was pretty darn clear. I took good care of it, I guess, over the winter. And so this is the first water test out of the box. After putting in the closing chemicals. If you caught that video, I had bought a kit. That seemed to work well. The water was pretty close to being where it needs to be. But as you can tell, and as you would expect, it sat all winter with nothing in it but those chemicals for closing. So you're going to expect the levels to be low. For everything, and that's what I found. We basically got like little to no free chlorine, the top color there, which is the color all the way on the left on the strip. Total alkalinity is pretty much where it needs to be, which I would expect. Cyanuric acid, not really a big concern. The pool's just opened and there's no chlorine in it. I know that already. So all in all, we're in pretty good shape. The pH too is a little low, but once you start adding what you need, that you'll see those colors move into the right range. So I start out always with the bag of shock, let that sit, run through the filter, wait a day, or maybe, I let it set about a day or two, depending on the weather. And then I always start out with a gallon of bleach. You're going to need some kind of chlorine in there, and you're starting out with none. So I put in the tabs. You might caught that in my last video, the 3-inch chlorine tablets, in the floating skimmers. And then I'll go around, add a gallon of bleach. Get the concentrated one with like 6% or more of that active ingredient, sodium hypochlorite. That is definitely worthwhile. You don't want to go with the cheap no-name brands. I've seen them as low as 2% of the active product. So you add the gallon of bleach, walk it around the entire perimeter of the pool, and then you probably want to skim anything that's off, floating around on top. I did that, but I didn't video it. And this is going to get you going in the right direction. So my pool right now is crystal clear. This is not it today, but this is within a day or two of opening, after adding the shock, letting that circulate, and then the bleach. The tablets are still, dissolving. Takes a while for those to dissolve, but you could see this pretty clear. It's not crystal here, but now it is after a week or two of the running of the filter and constant attention, checking the water, maybe once or twice in a week, every 2-3 days. When you first open it, you want to keep an eye on the chemicals or whatever you're putting in it, and you want to give it always a day or two to kind of settle. But I was pretty happy with it. Again, after a couple of days, you could see we had these oak trees dropping things, seeds or something. They're all over the place. Luckily, a lot of them float if you get to them right away, but they're a real pain. So you want to get any kind of biological material out of your pool as quick as possible. Anything green, brown, that starts dissolving, it makes it a pain to filter and clean your water. And you know, the more stuff you have in it, the more material it's gonna dissolve and turn your water green. So this is probably the second water test of the season, and I'm not expecting anything huge, but you always go slow and steady, gradually change anything with the water. You can see the pH looks a bit better, and the total alkalinity is pretty close to where we want it to be. These are all naturally go where they need to be. If you just float around the chlorine tablets, add a gallon of bleach, wait a couple of days, and then check it again. So this year, because of the chlorine shortages and the prices through the roof, they tried talking me into this last year. I didn't go with it. But this orb, if you could find this thing, I'm convinced it's definitely doing what it's supposed to be doing, what it says that it does. This is supposed to reduce your chlorine usage by a lot. I think it said, I don't recall, but it might have been up to 80%. It's got, I think, copper or something in it, and you could put it in you're supposed to put it in your skimmer, but you know, my above ground pool, the skimmer on the filter is not large enough. So $5 for this floating skimmer, and you could put that orb inside there and just let it float around in the pool. It already has proven to make a difference. I've definitely not had to use as much chlorine, and they did tell me at the pool store with this product that you're going to expect your chlorine readings to be a little lower than normal, and the pool will still be crystal clear. So that's a big help as well. If you can get one of those, you're going to save on chlorine, reduce your chlorine usage, and you know, save some money and still have a crystal clear pool. So thanks for joining me again. Till the next time, I hope you enjoyed this video. Spread the word, comment, like, subscribe. Have a good summer. See you on the next one.